Hi everybody, it's Kathy here, and I am playing along with Sarah's Rediscover Your Stash, and we're focusing on flowers for this month, but also we're playing along with the Colour Stories Inspiration, so the CSI group, and this is case file number 455. The image over to the left was the stimulus, and then we also had a whole lot of clues to go with, and I went with floral patterns, wood grain patterns, I went with leaves, I went with tools, I went with the colours, so I'm using quite a lot of the clues in this layout today. Oh, I also used a frame as a bracket, so there's so many things happening on this page today that all meet the criteria for this challenge that is put out every month by Debbie Taroney at the CSI group. So go and check them out. All the details for that group is down below, as well as the challenge links. There's still time to enter if you're interested, and it really is fun. So today I'm starting with some torn paper, as you can see here. I have my wood grain in the background. The colours today are a peach, teal and grey. They're your main colours, and you can always add your neutrals like white, black, brown and craft, but in small amounts, of course. So I'm basically going with the teal and the peach today. They're really driving this layout. And I have this paper, which is also out of my 100 paper challenge stash, which is great being used up, and I'm just tearing it up here and layering up the pages across the middle. Now I am just adding in this hint of pattern paper for this layout because I do have a big cut file, and I have gone with tools for the cut file, so that's meeting the criteria for one of the challenge pieces, and I have backed all of the cut file in the teals and the greys so that I am bringing in the colours with the peach, the teals and the grey. So it took a little bit of time, and I did that off screen, so I didn't make you watch that, but you'll see my die cut very soon. Now I love how this is layering up nicely and that it's allowing spacing for me to tuck flowers into. So I saw recently a layout where the person had tucked pieces of ephemera and flowers and so forth into the torn layers, and I thought that was a really great way of layering up your layout even further. So I'm going to give that a go for this layout as well. I'm just trimming off the edges there to make sure it's all nice and straight. So here I have got lots of pieces to go together to create this layout. As you can see, the cut file down the bottom, as I said, I backed with the colours, and this photo is of my daughter. She had a massive career change just recently. As you can see, Miss Glamour Puss there. She was working in retail. She's doing very well in retail, but she was bored. So one day she went to a trade fair. She had always tempted me that she was going to be a tradie, that she was going to become a plumber. I was in a bit of a horror that she would be a plumber, but she wanted to be. Then as I said, she went to this trade fair and immediately was picked up by this landscaping company. So now she is a landscape gardener. She's in her first year of apprenticeship. She's doing really well and she's loving it. But of course, she still goes with the glamour hair, the makeup and the nails. She hasn't relinquished any of her beauty treatments. So people often ask, is she wearing her boyfriend's clothing, not her own work clothing, which is quite funny. So I've created this layout to capture that she's still a glamour puss, but she is a tradie now. And she's quite proud of herself, and she's accomplished quite a lot in a short period of time, which is really nice to see. When she meets up with her friends and tells them that she's an apprentice now, they all say, oh, a hairdresser, because she did beauty and hair and makeup in high school. She also did retail. And when she tells them that she's a tradie, they all can't believe it, that she's a landscape gardener. Unbelievable. Total turnaround, but absolutely loving it. Loves being out in the outdoors, loves being able to work in the dirt. She's just got a natural affinity for this field. So this tied in beautifully for it. So I'm using some 49er market here. I've got little chipboard elements where I put in the 3 circles. I've put in the 3 butterflies. I've got that frame, as I said, which I cut in half to create a bracket around her, and that really highlights her on this layout. I'm just tucking in lots of little flowers and leaves here, as you can see, looking for places for these to go. In Australia, we call a tradesperson a tradie. So if that's what you're wondering what a tradie is, it's a tradesperson, a person with their particular skills. And so here's my wood veneers, which were another thing on the list. But as you all know, I don't like raw chipboard or raw wood veneer very much. I rather add colour where I can. And so I'm using my acrylic pen here to colour in the title. It's in the tealy blue as well, so I'm keeping to the colour scheme, which is very helpful when you're doing a CSI challenge, that you keep to the brief as close as you can. I really do like the CSI challenges. I used to do them all the time, and I don't know why I stopped, but anyway, I'm going to get back into them quite wholeheartedly because they really are a great creative way of triggering your scrapbooking ideas, plus also using up your stash, which is really good, and that's what Sarah's about, rediscovering our stash. And as I said, this month we were focusing on flowers, so the flowers and leaves in this brief work beautifully with that. I'm just doing the edges here with this colour so that they don't stick out, but they blend in nicely. And as this dries, the acrylic will lighten up and it will go to a lighter teal colour. But it does look very effective, and when I put it onto the layout, you'll see how dramatic that is and makes the title stand out, which is what you want because it is quite a bit of a busy layout. But I like it, and it's come together quite well. I love that cut file. It was quite interesting. I got that out of the design studio design space, so I have full access, and it was in there because one thing was tools, and I just Googled or searched, and this is what came up. So as you can see, that all comes together beautifully. Now, even though there's a lot going on that page, you can still see that that photo sticks out. And the reason the photo sticks out is because the colours in the photo are the colours of the layout. And that's really, really important when you're trying to get a harmonious layout happening. Now, you can see also in the back of those two big floral sprays on the page, I have put down some see-through stickers of a leaving, and they are in that teal colour. And that is why that darker teal in the title works, because it has that darker teal in those floral arrangements. So I've just added in Nuvo drops into the 3 strategic places to create that visual triangle. And I'm now going to use some weathered wood, which is a Tim Holtz Distress spritz, which I absolutely love. And it comes out as a teal as well, which is really, really good. And so it fits beautifully in with this layout. And I'm just adding them around in little spots to add that little bit of extra interest or creativity to the layout. And it reminds me of dirt speckles, so it looks like her shirts when she comes home. So the last thing that was also on the clue file were word stickers, and I've got a couple that I'm just putting into the circles here to make sure that they look like the one that already had one printed on there. And I really like how this has come together. On the cut file, you'll see some inking. I used the scorched timber there just to give the outline of it, and also to emulate that it's been in the dirt. And I'm just adding a few more of these splatters just to add interest down onto the title and to break up that blank space around it, that green, that light teal, light bluey colour, just to add it so that it blends in a little bit more instead of standing out so brightly as a single colour. As you can see, this is turned into quite an effective layout. Lots happening, yes, but you have that photo as your primary eye focus, and then you can see how all the elements have come together. I have met the brief. I loved working on this layout. That cut file was amazing. It was perfect for what I needed. And now another page in her album. So hopefully I've done enough to earn a thumbs up with you today. I hope you've learnt something, or I've inspired something, or I've reminded you of something, because that's what it's all about. Down below is a full playlist and all the links to all of the sessions and codes and case files and so forth. Please go and check everybody out. Leave them some love. We really do appreciate you taking the time to watch every single day. Thanks to all my subscribers who keep coming back, and those that aren't subscribed, hit that button now and subscribe for the next video. Happy scrapping till the next one, and I'll see you over there real soon.